The passing of a loved one is never easy. In this video, we take a look at Padre Pio's letters of condolence, from which we can take away 3 important points for times of mourning. Welcome to our YouTube channel, following Padre Pio, about the Capuchin monk, mystic, and miracle worker whose intercession is still very powerful and active today. We publish videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so follow us to find out more about the life of this fascinating saint, and you will be amazed at what Padre Pio can do for you, a family member, or a friend. The great piety that Padre Pio showed from an early age towards the relatives of the deceased was constant throughout his life. He wrote many letters of consolation to various people who had lost their loved ones. These letters are inspiring because we can immediately discern his desire to always pray for the souls of the deceased believers and provide comfort for those afflicted. In this, he imitated Mary Most Holy under her invocation, Counselor of the Afflicted. Now let's take a look at some of these letters. In May 1944, Padre Pio wrote to his niece Pia Forgione, daughter of his brother Michele, expressing his grief over the death of her godmother. This is what he said. May the Lord be with you and comfort you in this hour of distress. You cannot imagine how my heart was pierced by the sad news of the tragic departure of your poor godmother. Very soon the Lord will receive her in heaven, and by His grace He will be able to console the poor children of dear godfather Mercury. Send them my sincere condolences. On the 25th of this month, I will offer the sacrifice of the Holy Mass for this blessed soul. Greetings to you, to your father, and Titina. Isn't that impressive? Padre Pio tells his niece that her godmother will soon be in heaven. Now that's a consolation. On February 10th, 1921, Padre Pio wrote this note to Giacomo Gaglione, a servant of God, who with his example and his writings became an apostle of suffering. May the Lord console you for the loss of your dear father. By his goodness and Christian charity, we piously hope that he is in possession of the highest good. I will not forget to offer suffrages for his soul. I bless you with fatherly affection. Violent Masone, the great promoter of the Third Order in Pietrelcina, received this letter of consolation from Padre Pio on February 14, 1922, for the death of his daughter. It is with great pain that I heard the sad news that has affected you these past few days. Your inner sadness is mine. I have come to terms with the thought that your little girl is an angel in heaven. Let us recognize the most sublime plan of God, who arranges everything in His heart in all gentleness and out of love. The departure of your daughter should encourage you to always be better, so that one day you will meet her in the kingdom of heaven. May Jesus and Mary be your consolation, and may my sincere paternal blessings be a sweet relief. There are many such letters of condolence written by Padre Pio, but the following one expresses with certainty that the soul enjoys eternal light. This was written on February 28, 1923, to his teacher, Father Luigi. You can imagine how sorry I was to hear the sad news of the passing of your dear and good brother, brought so soon to his loved ones and to those who had the great pleasure of meeting him. My dear priest, I would like to say a word to you about this with the intention of helping you alleviate a little of the sadness that affects you. But I find myself speechless by the deep sadness that overwhelms me. I am glad for the sweet thought that his eyes were closed to earthly life, but reopened to the most splendid and brightest divine and eternal light. the brother you mourn lives among your family in spirit and loved ones who mourn his departure. Be comforted, my good and dear Father, that this declaration of my holy and brotherly love, the respect I show you on this painful occasion, can at least partially soften and reduce your lukewarmness. I kiss your hand and kiss it with filial and brotherly affection. Do not doubt my prayers. On the other hand, my prayers will be more intense to help your brother's good soul. In the following letter written by Padre Pio, it is very clear that the soul of the deceased is still in a state of purification. He clearly says that the tears are useless, but prayers are necessary for the soul to be justified. I received your letter through Father Evangelist. I read Mrs. Augusta Conti's letter. If you think it's better, you can console him for his deceased daughter. Also tell him that the tears shed for his daughter are no longer accepted by God, but submission to his holy will. As for his soul, he can trust in divine mercy for the forgiveness of his faults and his rehabilitation. Finally, I believe it's beneficial to highlight some points that Padre Pio addresses in these letters. First is the importance of the sacrifice of the Holy Mass so the souls of the deceased can leave purgatory. Second, the deceased still live among us spiritually. Third, the importance of surrendering to God's will after the death of a loved one. How much easier would it be to accept the death of a loved one if we bore this in mind? It seems there's a growing trend on funerals to suppose that the person is already in heaven, but the poor soul will most likely still be in purgatory. We are called by our faith and out of charity to pray for the deceased. It is one of the 7 spiritual works of mercy. So please take advantage of our Padre Pio Holy Mass and enroll your Mass intentions, especially for your deceased loved ones. Just click the link in the description below. Thank you for listening. Now please subscribe, click the reminder bell, and share with your friends to help promote our channel. Check out the videos on the end screen and stay tuned for the next video on the life of Padre Pio.